And let's continue to solve rational equations. And in order to get started, what I'll do here is that I want to get rid of all denominators, just because that's going to make things a lot easier for us. And how can I do that? Well, I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by an element that will get rid of all denominators. And in this case, I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by 5x. And why did I choose 5x? Because 5x would be the least common denominator of all fractions that we have here. Okay, so how is that going to work? I'm going to distribute 5x over here, and 5x times 1 will be 5x. And why am I multiplying the 5x by the numerator? Because I have a hidden 1 down here below the 5x. Same thing on the other side. So when I multiply fractions, I multiply top, top, bottom, bottom. So 5x times 1, 5x. 1 times 5x, 5x also. Then 5x times 1 over here. Of course, we have a minus sign there. 5x times 1, 5x. And 1 times x, just x. Equals. Now I will multiply the 5x by x minus 1, but I will have the x minus 1 in brackets or in parentheses, whatever you'd like to call them, all over 5x, just because that way things are going to be a little bit nicer and easier to work with from here on. So let's continue. 5x over 5x, I can actually cancel these guys out, and that will become just 1. Then 5x over x, the x's cancel out, and I just have a minus 5 there. So far on the left side of the equal sign, I have 1 minus 5, 1 minus 5, equaling 5x. Now I have 5x here over 5x. Those can also just cancel out, and that's going to be equal to x minus 1. Okay, so now we have 1 minus 5, which is negative 4, equals x minus 1. And now I can add both sides, or rather, I can add 1 to both sides of the equal sign. The 1's are going to cancel out over here. And negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. I'm running out of room. I can bring down the x. So I get x is equal to negative 3, which would be the final answer. But before we commit to this as a final answer, we need to take a look back here, look at the denominators, and see if we have a restricted value, which would be equal to negative 3. In this case, we won't have a restricted value of negative 3, but the restricted value in this case would be actually 0, because 5x cannot be equal to 0, because it's in the denominator. X can also not be equal to 0 in this case, but that's just going to give us the same answer, because if we divide both sides by 5, oh wow, my computer is really slow today. If we divide both sides by 5 over here, 0 divided by 5 is just 0. So the restricted value, the only restricted value that we have in this case for this rational equation is 0. X cannot be equal to 0. Since we found that x is equal to negative 3, we're good to go. And this is an actual answer. X is equal to negative 3, and we're done.